Hey everyone, welcome back. Picture a world where broken hearts wear bright smiles and shadows lurk beneath every laugh. Meet Azalea, an unforgettable oddball with a wild mind and a fearless tongue. Opposite her stands Gray, a tattooed enigma with a dangerous edge that makes her question everything. Their story is raw, unfiltered, and wrapped in moments that sting and sizzle. Buckle up for a journey through cracked souls, sharp words, and a fiery connection you won't forget. Ready to dive in? Let's go. Azalea, this isn't something good for me at all. Truly, it's not. Why aren't you confident about kicking their butts? Abby chuckles as we enter the laser tag arena. It was Oakley's idea, and since I've never been before, I convinced Gray to come along. I've never witnessed someone more miserable to be anywhere in my life. Before I tell you why, are you carrying any drugs? She stares at me as if I'm crazy. No, she drags the word out. Good, they're feds. Not FedEx delivery guys, FBI level feds, I clarify, watching Theo and Lincoln step out of Lincoln's black Tahoe. Are you serious? She asks, her eyes widening slightly. I know she probably doubts me. After all, I made up the entire story about Gray being a real crackhead with 8 kids. No, I'm serious this time, I shake my head. All of them, she whispers, glancing around at the group. Yep, I say, placing my hand on Gray's butt, which barely flinches. This one, I point to Oakley, who is flexing his arms at Gray for some reason. All of them. Let's kick some ass, Oakley enthuses, pushing the door open with his foot. Come on, Gray grabs a belt loop on the side of my shorts and pulls me toward him. I grasp Abby's arm, pulling her along as well. Ready to get your butts kicked by me and Abby, huh? You're gonna get crushed. I bump my body into him as a scare tactic I picked up from a CIA video by someone who's probably never been in the CIA. There are no teams, he replies, so I guess we're playing free-for-all. Well, Abby and I are underdogs, so we're a team. Sanford's held a gun 3 times, he rolls his eyes. Then he's on our team too, I shrug. After paying for everyone, a woman hands us the vests we need to wear. Dumb as hell, Gray mutters as he puts his vest on. Then she gives everyone a headband. Gray looks at it and returns it to her. That's not fair, you need one too, Theo points at Gray. If you don't shut up, I'm shooting you first, Gray warns. All right, rules, the woman claps her hands and Gray tilts his head. No physical contact with others, no running except in the open part of the arena, no climbing on anything, and to reload your laser gun, you press this button. She holds up one of the guns and points to a button on its side. Reloading takes about 20 to 25 seconds. Are you kidding me? Gray grumbles, wrapping an arm around my shoulders. Am I? Yes, I blurt out. Oh, sort of. He looks down at me, a slight smile playing at the corners of his lips. Everyone here knows how to hold a gun, right? The woman asks, sounding bored. God bless, I forgot. Lincoln taps his head. She spends 5 minutes teaching him something he already knows before we're released into the actual arena. 5 minutes to get ready, turn on your lasers and vests. An announcement will signal when it's time, she says, closing the door behind us. The place is dimly lit with fluorescent-like lights. The guys sprint off and Gray turns to me. Don't target me, I warn. I'm not going easy on you, he raises an eyebrow. That's not what I said. I said don't target me. I poke his chest twice. He grabs my hand and pulls me close, kissing me slowly. It could have been us, Lila. We could have been a team, he murmurs between kisses. Then I'd be the one carrying our team the entire time, I joke, watching the corner of his lips curl upward. I reach back to give his butt a couple of playful pats. I'll see you on the flip side, sugar, I grin. I love you, he says, pressing one final kiss to my lips, and my heart flutters wildly. So I hold back a squeal, but I can feel joy ripple through my body. I love you, I answer and begin to walk away. Gray, you know what? You better take it a little easier on me. I can't even walk fast. I waggle my finger at him. Go fucking hide somewhere. He shoos me off and I scrunch my nose at him, which he immediately mimics. Oh my gosh, Abby whispers frantically. I think we've landed in a real war zone. I peek from behind our tiny hiding spot as the relentless sounds of laser guns firing ring nonstop in my ears. They're shouting too. Why couldn't we have gone bowling or something? I whisper shout. We're gonna get found soon, she winces. Our hiding place is far from ideal. Suddenly, footsteps pound the floor nearby, and in less than a second, Oki throws himself between Abby and me. They're like animals. I need protection from y'all, he says, resting his head on my shoulder. Pew pew, motherfuckers. Theo appears right in front of us three, and we all scramble. He shoots Oki right away and goes after Abby, but she manages to run off quickly. Oh, I'm sorry, Azil. He stops mid-sentence as his vest glows red and his gun clicks off. His jaw drops. Did I kill you? I gasp, clutching my heart. Why am I feeling bad? He was about to kill me cold-blooded. I'm such a badass. I don't even know how to use the gun, yet I killed him. Wasn't I just standing there? Only I can shoot her, fucker. Gray snaps at Theo and my mouth falls open. You killed me? You killed him? I thought it was me. Damn it. Theo stomps away, clearly annoyed. Then Gray turns his attention to me. I pout. I'll flash you if you let me walk away, I smile. 10-second head start, he agrees. I lift my shirt and he glances briefly. I'll count slow, he says, licking his lips. I lower my shirt and step out from the hiding spot. I nearly trip over Oki, lying on the floor like he's actually dead. I pass Abby, who's trying to convince Roman not to shoot her. Lincoln's got Maxon in a bear hug, stopping him from shooting, though it doesn't work. Then Maxon comes after me, but he's shot before he can get close. Gray, he wraps his arms around me from behind, and I lean my head back against him, defeated. Roman shoots Abby and moves toward us, but Gray shoots him before he can raise his gun again. I turn to Gray and look up at him. I glance behind us at the leaderboard. We're the only two left. Really. On the way home, we need to stop by the store. I pause, then shoot him a look and get more fruity pebbles. He looks down at his now red vest, then back up at me. My mouth drops open. I swear I don't know who just shot you. I never saw anyone. I was just watching carefully. M.H.M., he kisses my temple. M.H.M., yeah, that's right. I killed you, fella. You can't beat me. I wake up in the morning and pee excellence. I quote Ricky Bobby. We've got 2 more rounds of laser tag left. During the second round, I actually went around trying to eliminate people. I got shot within 10 seconds, so that game was over quickly. Then in the third and final game, Abby and I really teamed up, ending up as 2 of the last 5 players remaining. Basically, that makes us the best there ever was. Oh Lord, help me, it's raining cats and dogs, I say, glancing out through the large lobby windows of the laser tag arena. Gray pulls me closer to his side, his finger tracing along my hip. You're beautiful, he murmurs, and a smile curls on my lips. He steps back, positioning himself right in front of me. Leaning down, he wraps his arms around me. I'm still sorry, Azalea, he mumbles quietly. About the way I spoke to you, I can't stop thinking about it. You can't stop thinking about it? His hands glide over my back before settling tightly around me. I don't deserve you, he whispers, kissing just beneath my ear. I understand he's made mistakes and everything, but we've moved past all that. Why do you say that? I ask softly. He remains silent, completely still. Are you hungry? Let's go eat somewhere, I suggest, pulling away while watching him reach for me again, reluctant to let go. Everything's okay now, I reassure him, rubbing his lower back. I forgive you, you're okay. It's not okay, he replies, shaking his head. Gray, you're making me jealous, hugging her, Oakley teases, nudging him. Don't touch me, Gray grumbles. Let's go eat, I urge, gently pulling away. He nods slightly, and together we head to the door. Just as raindrops fall on my head, Gray drapes his arm over my shoulders, shielding me from the sideways rain and pulling my head beneath his chin. Ah, sugar, I say, placing my hand on his back, so sweet. He opens the door for me like the gentleman he always is, and I nudge him to open Abby's door too. He does, because if he didn't, I'd attack him without hesitation. Where would you like to eat, Abby? I ask, pulling down the mirror in front of me to check if Gray's monstrous arm resting on me has messed up my hairdo multiple times. Since it's raining, I don't want to look like a wet dog. It doesn't matter to me. Don't make me come back there and beat it out of you, I warn. Just say a restaurant, it's not that hard. I'll eat anything, Gray will too, but then he picks food off my plate anyway, hooker. It really doesn't matter, she chuckles. Where do you want to eat, Azalea? She asks. I don't know, I admit, slightly hypocritical. Gray? She looks to him. He glances at me, hoping I'll answer. I shrug and he shrugs back. I scrunch my nose at him. He scrunches his nose at me. Then he takes my hand from the center console, intertwines our fingers, and lifts my hand to his lips. My heart does a jumping jack. Let's go to Texas Roadhouse. I spot one. Make a Yui, Gray. We arrive and I almost fall out of the car. Of course I do. The rain has eased up and we walk right inside. How many? A waitress asks. 3, I say brightly. She hands us 3 menus and tells us to follow her. She leads us to a table, and Gray makes me sit on the inside because he has this odd habit of insisting on sitting on the outside. I don't know why, but I don't mind. Your waitress will be right over, she says with a smile before turning away. I should probably mention it's my birthday. They definitely let you ride a saddle, I'm pretty sure. I scan the area for any sign of a stray saddle. Ride me in, Stee, he cuts off mid-sentence, his eyes flickering toward Abby. Ride him? That sounds sexual, I'm sure. Never mind, he mumbles. Extremely inappropriate, Gray Alexander, I say smugly, using his charming middle name. Our waitress soon arrives at the table and Gray scoots his chair closer to me as she stands nearby. I leave that place with a massive food baby. Tubbs has definitely arrived. So there's a party tonight, Abby starts. You should come with me. We pile into the car and Gray drives us back to his restaurant where Abby's car is parked. I step out with her to say goodbye. What kind of party is it? I ask. Like a birthday party? I'd feel awkward going to someone's birthday when they don't even know me. No, it's just a regular college party, she shrugs. It's actually at a house near SHU's main campus. I've heard of SHU before, Southern Heilsberg University, the closest 4-year college in the area. It's not very large, though. When I was searching for colleges, Jake made certain I didn't consider that one too seriously, though I'm not exactly sure why. Are you doing anything tonight? She asks. No, I shake my head. So we are indeed talking about a real party. You should come, it'll be a lot of fun, she smiles. Do you want to? After listening to her excitement and how fun she says it will be, I agree to go with her. The party will really just be starting when we arrive anyway. Great, I'm so excited. My friend Bika and I will come pick you up around 8 tonight. I give her Gray's address and all the details, and she hugs me tightly, happy, before getting into her car. What took so long? Gray spreads his arms wide for me to enter the restaurant, which I do immediately. Abby invited me to a party, I say with a satisfied smile. I inhale deeply and catch a whiff of his scent, which just adds the perfect finishing touch. Oh, really? He hums, lifting me onto his lap as he settles sturdily on a bar stool. I'm going to hurt your legs, I warn him. If it's not the bones in my butt, then it's my weight. Hush, Lila, he kisses my neck gently. I'm being honest. Especially since I just ate a lot, I lift my shirt slightly. See, look, there's tubs. He places his hand on my stomach, feeling how tense it is from all the food. Still hungry? He asks softly. Do you even feel it? It's so tight, it's ridiculous, I assure him. I slide my hand under his shirt, touching his stomach. Good Lord, it feels amazing. You're hungry? I tease him, deepening and slowing my voice to mimic his. It's strange, but I adore the way he talks. It makes me happy. Even though his voice rarely sounds happy, hearing it always makes me smile. His deep tone, his slow words, and his soft drawl, I can't help but love how they blend together to create the most velvety, fruity voice in the world. I could listen to him speak all day long, but he would never talk that much. Maybe that's why I love his voice so much, or at least part of the reason. It's because he only speaks when necessary. His eyes reveal most of what he feels. At first, I thought he had no emotion at all. Now I realize he's full of lies. I glance up into his eyes. They rest gently on me, his eyebrows completely relaxed and his lips soft, only slightly lifted at the corners. He's peaceful and happy. I'm certain even a stranger could read me like an open book. You know, we're completely different, he says all of a sudden, the joy disappearing from his face. It's replaced by a look that gleams with a hint of unhappiness, part anger, part sadness. Of course I know that. You do know how dull we'd be if I were just like you. He narrows his eyes playfully and I laugh. I'm joking. But our differences make every day more exciting, I tell him honestly. I couldn't picture myself being quiet and calm. I just can't. I clutch my chest at the thought. I can't imagine being wilder than hell, he mutters, and I grin, imagining him with my kind of energy. So that party, huh? He shifts the topic. I kind of want to go, you know, for the experience and all, I shrug. Want to come with me? I have to work tonight, he says, tucking my hair behind my ear, and I'm no party person, Lila. Well, me neither, I adjust his silver chain. But metaphorically speaking, I am the party. Obviously, he rolls his eyes as if it's the most obvious fact on earth, which it is. I'm a little nervous, I admit. You know what not to do, he says, placing two kisses on my cheek. My eyes widen just a bit. What shouldn't I do? Is there a rule book I'm missing? Let's go home, he says, pulling me into his arms and setting me gently on my feet. Gray lies on the bed, shirtless, looking all handsome and laid back, watching me pace the room like a chicken running around without a head. What do you wear to these things? Not fancy dresses, I get that, but. Do you wear club clothes? Not that I've ever been to one, but whatever, or something a little nicer. I glance over at him. He sits there, eyebrows drawn together in mild confusion, his tattooed hand resting casually down the front of his pants. Why is his hand there? I text Abby because obviously this man has no clue what's happening. I love him to bits. Why is your hand there? I point at it. Because, he replies simply. So list off the things I should know not to do, I suggest, and his eyebrows furrow even more deeply than before. Are you seriously saying you don't know what not to do? He asks. I smile. I've never been to a party before. Nobody told me the rules, I shrug. There can't be that many. Weren't my parents supposed to tell me? Gray sits up, his eyes flicker in a moment of what I guess is his version of slight panic. Are you fucking with me, Azalea? He asks. I smirk and shake my head to myself. This is serious. I'm not messing with you, Gray, I nod solemnly. His jaw tightens sharply and he stands. He grabs me by the waist and throws me onto the bed, standing over me. I smile up at him. Stop smiling, this is serious. He points at me and I immediately stop, not even realizing I was grinning. You shouldn't go, he shakes his head. But I want to. It's not safe for you anymore. I don't feel good about it, he tells me honestly. Then tell me the rules, I say, and he exhales sharply. Don't go wandering off alone, he begins. Just because someone looks friendly doesn't mean they really are. It's okay, I reply. Don't fucking compliment people, just don't. Maybe you can with girls because I don't know, they're fucking weird drunks, but random people. No, my eyes go wide. And do not, he emphasizes, compliment, look at me, Azalea. He grabs my chin, making sure I'm fully focused on him. Do not fucking compliment any guys in any way. Better yet, don't even look at them. They're frat guys. They hook up with any girl who glances their way. Frat guys, I ask, so this is going to be a frat party? It's at SHU, Lila, that's the biggest party school in Tennessee, he says firmly. Oh shoot. Okay, got it. Don't look at the guys because they're way too horny. I give him a thumbs up. He looks down at me for a moment before suddenly bending low to kiss me, then returning to his lecturing tone. Don't accept drinks from anyone. Don't set your drinks down, keep them close, never take your eyes off them, he instructs. Why, I ask, feeling a bit dumb. They'll fucking drug you faster than you can blink, he growls and I wince. If you see food. Don't fucking eat it. What if it smells really, really good and I'm hungry? I ask, what did I just say? He gives me a don't be stupid look. Don't eat it, I won't eat it, I promise. If you see someone sitting alone, don't go over and talk to them. He knows me too well, just leave them the fuck alone. Don't even go to the bathroom. Just don't go upstairs into random rooms, no matter who you're with. If you don't want to see crap, stay away from upstairs in those houses. What crap, I ask? People going full-on fucking, threesomes, foursomes, orgies. God knows what the fuck you'd see up there, just don't, okay? Okay, I nod, and his lips curl into a slight smile, his eyes softening. You're so beautiful, he tells me, and my heart softens. Thank you, I say quietly. If someone calls you beautiful, they're trying to get in your pants, he deadpans, and I gasp. Are you trying to get in my pants? I ask. I'm allowed, everyone else isn't. Oakley told me I'm beautiful, I mention. Who's Oakley? Sanford, I roll my eyes. Sanford likes to mess with me and piss me off, he replies. That's a lot of rules, I say, worried. What if I accidentally forget the don't go to the bathroom rule? Just stay with Abby, Azalea, he sits beside me. And if she fucking leaves you alone, I swear to God, you better beat her ass, Azalea. Okay, I settle on as an answer. Are you sure you want to go? He mutters. I nod, smiling, when my phone buzzes with a text from Abby. A cute little dress is perfect, her message says. I head to the closet and pull out a blush-colored dress with an open back and thin straps. I slip it on and study myself in the mirror. It dips into more of a V-shaped neckline. It doesn't show much of my boobies. It's more revealing than I usually wear, so I decide it's a good choice. I leave the closet and stand in front of Gray. He puts down his phone and sits upright. He hums, looking at me. He grabs my hips and pulls me down toward him. I sit on his thigh as he keeps his gaze fixed on me without ever looking away. He lifts me up and spins me around. Bend over, he commands. For what? Bend over, he repeats. I comply, bending as if to retrieve something from the floor, then straighten back up. Don't bend over in this dress, he warns, wrapping his arms around my waist and pulling me back onto his lap. His lips trail down to the base of my neck, and I rest my head against his shoulder. Across the bed, Bear shifts onto his back, sound asleep through it all. Will you be back before I return? I ask, swallowing thickly. He hums against my neck's skin. He takes hold of my chin, turning my face to meet his. His lips press to mine with a certain urgency, while his left hand glides up my neck and settles just beneath my jaw. "I'll be here to get this dress off you," he murmurs against my lips. "Aw, that's sweet, sugar. I struggled getting it over my head when I put it on earlier," I say softly, placing my hand on his cheek and kissing him gently. He barely moves against my lips. "What?" I pull back, tilting my head. He gives me a look that says, "Are you serious?" "Nothing," he replies, shaking his head. "I love you." A diamond, 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 diamond suit. Thank you for reading. Azalea. I observe Gray shooting Abby some looks. Not exactly kind, more like subtle glares. "Gray," I warn him. In crossing his arms over his chest, he mutters something and grabs his boots, heading toward the couch. He was meant to leave before Abby arrived to pick me up, but he told Jai whatever they're working on can wait a bit longer. So I'm not sure if that's a good thing. Someone could be close to dying and he acts like that guy can wait. "Where's your friend you said was coming?" I ask Abby. "She's waiting in the car, didn't feel like coming in." "I have to warn you, she's not in the best mood. Her boyfriend just dumped her," she winces, and I feel my heart ache for her. "I like your dress," I say, eyeing the deep red dress she's wearing. It's far more daring than anything I expected her to wear. The neckline dips low and the hem rides up to her upper thighs. I start feeling a bit self-conscious looking down at my own outfit. It's not nearly as short either in the neckline or overall length. Abby's legs are really nice, tan, and long. Plus, she's wearing high heels. I don't even own a pair. "Stop it, Azalea Delilah," Gray's dark voice snaps me back. I glance at him. His face is set in a serious, stern expression. "You don't even know what I was thinking," I try to protest, but he stands and moseys over, his intense eyes locked on mine. "The fuck I don't, now quit." He softens a bit as he gets closer. I have no doubt he knows exactly what's on my mind. Bear rubs against my legs, steering clear of Abby just as we instructed him to. He's such a good boy. Abby's allergic, and I think I've never felt so sorry for someone. I can't imagine being allergic to Bear. Jake was allergic to dogs too, that's why we never got one. And my father, whatever he said went. He ran the house and we all had to obey. "Can I use y'all's bathroom really quick before we go?" she asks, and I turn my attention back to her. "Of course, down the hall, first door on the right," I point and she nods, following my direction. I glance at Gray, but she's wearing like flashy stuff. "Look at me, Gray." I stretch my arms out and his eyes trail down my body. "I'm looking, you look perfect, but nothing like her." And if that's what she's wearing, I can't imagine what others are wearing. "I'm gonna look like a saint," I say, eyeing the neckline of my shirt. "And you are, don't fucking forget it, Lila." "A child of God," he says, throwing an arm around my neck and pulling my face into his chest. I groan, briefly thinking about biting him, but I don't. "You're cute," he tells me, "so is he." "That's the problem," I scrunch my nose. "Shut up, I'm not done," he says. "You're cute." "You're beautiful, gorgeous, everything great," he leans in closer. "And you're sexy," he adds the word sexy with a lazy, low drawl and a smirk that's impossible not to notice. "That's funny," I snort. "You make me hard." "Excuse me, sir. Who cares what other people think?" "I don't know. You know when we first met?" he asks, and I nod, a small smile threatening to appear. "When I tripped over your foot," I giggle. "I tripped you," he corrects, and my laughter stops. "Why in the world? I could have died," I gasp. "Such a drama queen," he mutters. "Why did you trip me?" "Because I thought you were damn sexy," he smirks. I furrow my brows, recalling that day. "I feel like you're stretching the truth a bit. I was wearing cloth shorts, a sweatshirt, and flip-flops," he interrupts. "I know." "So, you're attracted to the homeless look, huh?" Kiss my ass, he laughs, planting a kiss on my forehead. You didn't look homeless. You know, I had zero idea what you looked like. I couldn't see your face or anything, I tell him. I could see you. There was a thin beam of light shining right on you. Damn, I wanted to fuck your brains out, he drags out, causing my eyebrows to lift. Then you opened your mouth, he adds, and I narrow my eyes. But now I love you, so it all worked out, he shrugs, and I still want to fuck your brains out. He bends down and presses his lips to mine, his hands tracing down to my gluteus maximus. I pat his cheeks, smiling into the kiss. Suddenly, he slips a hand under the back of my dress and fiddles with the top of my underwear. Just as I start to pull away to warn him to stop, he grips firmly and yanks it up. A phrase I learned from the show iCarly flashes in my mind, a freaking Texas wedgie. I spring away, gasping. Gray, I yell. Bear jumps up excitedly, feeding off our energy. Come here, he chuckles. I shake my head. You're not touching me, and forget helping me take my dress off when we get home. SHH, he hushes me, chuckling. Abby's going to think we're horny motherfuckers. What does that have to do with anything? Jesus help us, he mutters, pinching the bridge of his nose. I fix my underwear and hurry to our room to put on a pair of spandex under my dress, thinking it's a good idea. Who knows? Maybe I'll attempt a cartwheel and I don't want my dress flying up to reveal my underdrawers. Don't leave her alone, she'll die. I catch the last bit of what Gray says to Abby as I return to the room. I will most certainly not die. Who's the dramatic one now? I place my hands on my hips. I just can't be there for you if something does happen, Lila, he says. I'll be 3 hours away tonight. That sinks my heart a little. What if I really do need him? Abby, you better stay with me. I will, I promise, she laughs. We should get going. Be good, Bear, don't poop anywhere, please and thank you, I say, bending down to kiss the top of his head. Gray keeps his hand on the back of my dress, holding it down so it doesn't ride up when I bend over, even though I'm wearing those spandex. When I stand back up, he lets go, pats Bear's head a few times, then grabs his keys off the table and hands me mine. He switches off the lights except for one. He used to turn all of them off, but I convinced him Bear shouldn't be left in the dark. What if he's scared of it? So now he leaves one on for him. We walk out into the chilly night air. I cross my arms around myself. Gray grabs me and pulls me toward his Jeep. He opens the door and hands me the jacket he keeps inside. Look at you being all sweet, sugar, I smile up at him. He sighs and rolls his eyes, pulling his jacket tighter around me to keep me warm. I don't like this one bit, he says seriously. I know he means it. But I'm not going to tell you that you can't go. You've had enough controlling motherfuckers in your life. I just want you to be safe, he says, tilting my chin upward to face him. I love him. When you get back, we can order food, he adds, placing his hand gently on my stomach. You're hungry now, but what was the rule I gave you? First of all, I'm not actually hungry right now, and second, the rule was don't eat anything at that party, no matter how tempting it looks or smells. Good, for the love of God, be careful. And you're coming straight home afterward, right? Lord willing and the creek don't rise, I nod. I'll be waiting for you. Text me every 10 minutes. I'm not fucking kidding. Blow up my phone. I love you, he says, bending down to kiss me. I love you too, and you better be careful yourself. Watch out for those headbutts, I tell him, smacking his butt before turning to leave. He grabs my wrist, pulls me back, and kisses me once more. I love your sexy, godly little self. Don't forget that's what you are, he says, giving my butt a playful smack. You're like a male stripper, a Jesus-loving male stripper. Where am I going with this? You're going to make me good money someday, I tease, slapping his butt back. Okay, I feel like you're trying to keep the conversation going, but I'm sneaky, so I'm going now. I say as I walk toward Abby, who's waiting for me. Bika, Abby says as I get into the car, this is my friend Azalea. Hi, Azalea, Bika replies flatly. I don't blame her, her boyfriend just broke up with her. Hi, Bika, I smile, even though she can't see it. We begin the hour-long drive. Bika mostly just turns up the radio, leaving little room for conversation. I'd hate to seem ridiculous, and I know it's Abby's car, but their taste in music couldn't be more different from mine. I don't recognize a single word from any of their Ariana Grande songs. Still, I keep quiet. But when I get home, I'm going to blast Cherry Pie and Def Leppard, shattering Gray's eardrums. Eventually, we pull up to a huge house. My heart drops into my stomach and my hands get clammy as I see the crowd. Hundreds of people are scattered around the large yard and the wraparound porch. There are people everywhere. I'm beginning to regret this just a little. The girls get out of the car and I follow slowly, swallowing nervously. You look like you've seen a ghost, Abby teases, walking up beside me. I'm just a little nervous, I admit, forcing a sheepish laugh. Nice dress, Bika says, glancing at me with a tone that's far from sincere. I look down at my feet. Bika, what's wrong with you? Abby scoffs. Just because you're dealing with your own shit doesn't give you the right to take it out on her. Bika ignores Abby's remark and pulls out a small bottle of Fireball, chugging it. I send a text to Gray. I didn't make it to the party. We're currently being held hostage at a gas station. Whoop, never mind, I've just been killed. Before long, he replies, R.I.P. Abby leads us to the front door and I admire how confident she is. We pass two guys standing like guards on either side of the entrance. I keep my gaze down. Music pounds through speakers throughout the house, playing every kind of music I hate. Bika walks away and Abby just shrugs it off, rolling her eyes at her. They don't really seem like genuine friends, at least not good ones. Abby grabs my hand tightly and pulls me through a hallway crowded with couples. My eyes almost pop out when I spot a girl with her hand down a guy's pants, openly tickling his pickle right in front of everyone, completely unfazed. We finally reach the kitchen and Gray's rules flood my mind. I decide not to take any risks, even though Abby offers me a sealed water bottle. She mixes herself a drink using the various kinds of alcohol scattered across the counters. Seeing the Jack Daniels triggers painful memories, but I shove them aside, pushing them deep out of my thoughts. I nearly choke on air when I feel someone grab my hips and rub against me as they pass behind to reach the kitchen counter beside me. Gray never said how I should react to that. Abby glances at the guy from the corner of her eye, looking a bit displeased. Suddenly, he turns to me with a smile, flashing perfect pearly whites. He's actually quite cute, and his skin is clearer than anyone I think I've ever seen. Don't compliment him. Don't compliment him, don't. You shouldn't be hiding those hips under that dress, he says, biting the corner of his bottom lip. My eyebrows knit together. I look down at the light blue polo shirt he's wearing. Gray doesn't like guys dressed like that, basically Aaron. Ah, Kate, I stammer, confused by the strange word that comes out. Abby squeezes my hand again and tries to hide her laughter at what I just said. We walk past a table and what I see makes my heart sink. I really shouldn't be here. I always talk about drugs, but seeing someone snort white powder in person shocks me deeply. Oh dear Jesus, get me out of this place. Places like these are definitely not my forte. Sleep? That's more my forte. Honestly, I'm not sure I like college parties all that much. I think I just want to go home and watch Hercules, the kids' movie again. This party is bigger than any I've ever been to, Abby shouts over the loud music, her eyes narrowing with concern. We pass a beer pong table when suddenly my arm is grabbed, not by Abby. I nearly panic in fear until I'm met with familiar blue eyes. Azzy, what the hell are you doing here? Aaron holds me close, speaking over the music. Partying like a party animal, what does it look like? I reply sheepishly with a laugh. I bro, calls a random polo shirt guy from across the beer pong table. Is that your girl? Sweet little thing, huh? Aaron smirks and I narrow my eyes at the expression. Where's that little boy of yours? He asks, and I catch the smell of alcohol on his breath. He left, I start. He left for work, I add quickly. I was wondering when you'd come to tell me he left you, he comments, and my heart drops, especially after our conversation. What? I whisper, confused. What conversation? Why would Gray leave me? Is this about him? I knew you'd never make it work, what I tell you. He says smugly, and anger grows inside me. Why is he acting like this? I'm here for you, Azzy, he says with a smile, but it lacks the usual warmth, no adorable dimples this time. He raises his hand and rests it on my jaw. As he leans his face closer to mine, I grab a cup from the table and fling its contents onto him, surprising even myself. Before seeing how he reacts, I grab Abby's hand and pull her away from the commotion. Are you okay? Do you know him? She asks, clearly worried. I know him, I reply, my voice trembling slightly so I don't go into details, just nodding. Why would he act like this? What's happening? We can leave, Azalea. Honestly, this party is too wild. I'm not feeling it, she says, noticing my discomfort. Are you sure you want to go? I question her. I hate the idea of ruining her night just because I'm dealing with my own mess. Yeah, we can do something else. This dress is uncomfortable anyway. Bika kind of made me wear it, she shrugs. I silently thank God she hasn't abandoned me. I can't imagine what I'd do if she left me alone. I'd probably die just like Gray said. We stand by a wall while Abby texts Bika about leaving. Where'd Gray go tonight? He said somewhere 3 hours away. Abby wonders aloud as we wait for Bika's reply. I don't know, I answer honestly. He could be anywhere. All I know is I'm missing my crackheaded sugar and we need to talk. What was Erin talking about? I need answers. I'm really craving Gray's hugs right now. She's staying here and catching a ride from someone else, Abby says over the music, her eyes clouded with dissatisfaction. I steal a quick glance at her phone and barely catch the message Bika sent. You and Miss Priss can go ahead. I'm catching a ride from someone else. I quickly look away and shove down the little sting that hits my heart. Do I really come off as prissy? That's not my intention. Having left the party shortly after arriving, we drive to the closest movie theater, of course, stopping by Dollar Tree first to grab candy to sneak inside. After the movie ends, we take the hour-long drive back to our small town. Abby drops me off at home and I thank her for inviting me out. I open the door and Bear greets me with affection. His backside wiggles excitedly while his tail wags rapidly. I collapse onto the couch and pull the blanket down over me. Bear jumps up and rests his head near mine, occasionally licking and sniffing the top of my head. I start watching Dumb and Dumber on TV and drift off, the sight of Harry and Lloyd's frozen snot beneath their noses lulling me to sleep. Azalea, Gray's voice wakes me. Wake your ass up and kiss me, he says, squeezing my leg. I sit up, smiling, and open my arms to him as he lowers himself down. You didn't text me or tell me you were coming home, he grumbles, kissing the side of my neck. I'm sorry, I sit up more and the blanket slips off me. His eyes land on the dress I'm still wearing. Did you leave it on just because I said I was going to take it off you? He murmurs, his nose tickling my neck. Well, I hesitate. The bedroom's far and I've had a long, rough night, so I figured it's a win-win. That sounded hornier than I meant. You want an apple? I want one. I stand up, leaving him behind. We have apples, he asks. He literally goes grocery shopping with me every week. I can't send him alone because he'll inevitably come back with every kind of meat available in the store. I can't go by myself either, primarily because I get easily distracted and would end up wandering into Target's toy aisle, deciding which JoJo Siwa slime kit I want. Galaxy or neon pink? Honestly, I don't even know who JoJo Siwa is. We technically keep each other in check, but that doesn't mean he's alert all the time. I swear his eyes fixate on and he almost floats towards the meat section. Jerky is his obsession. He reaches for it every single time we pass. And we go past that jerky aisle at least 3 times every grocery trip. Shit, I sure, he shrugs, looking puzzled for some reason. What kind? I open the fridge and pull out the bag. He glances at me, hesitating as he unties his boots. Um. Red Granny Smith or Pink Lady? He drags out the word as if all apple flavors are the same. Sugar, do you want a sweet one, a sour one, or something that's a bit of both? I tilt my head, wondering if he's all right. Well, I grab all 3 apples and walk over to him. He looks up from where he's sitting. Pink Lady is sweet with a hint of sour. I hold one up. Granny Smith is sour and red is very sweet. He looks at the apples back and forth, then fiddles with the scrunchie on his wrist. I set the apples on the coffee table and place my hand on his forehead. Are you okay, sugar? I check his temperature. He leans into my touch. It's only apples, I whisper softly. His hand drifts around me, then suddenly he grabs the hem of my dress and lifts it off in a flash. A small pack of Sour Patch Kids tumbles to the floor. What the heck? I was looking for those. He pulls back and looks at me, amusement tugging at his lips. I glance down at myself, then at the candy on the floor. Now look, I point to my stomach. My belly has goosebumps because of you. He pulls me closer, trailing his lips over my stomach. Now I have even more goosebumps. I wiggle a bit, feeling the ticklish sensation of his soft lips. He pulls me onto his lap and gazes at me. I lean down, pick up the Sour Patch Kids, and start taking some out of the package. He shoots me a look. What? I mumble. Can't you save those for later? I guess, I say, putting the candy back on the coffee table. His thick, dark eyelashes cast shadows on his cheeks, and just looking at him makes my heart swell. I'm almost buck naked, I murmur, casually wrapping my arms around his neck. I look down at his full lips. Suddenly, he stands up, lifting me with him. I cling to him as Bear starts to follow, but Gray tells him to stay. He walks into our bedroom, closing the door behind us with his foot. He throws me onto the bed and removes his shirt. I bite my lip to hold back a smile as he tosses his shirt near the hamper. Every time he takes off his shirt, I get all giddy inside. He climbs onto me and bites my lip the moment I release it. He pulls it gently and lets go a second later. Then he lifts me back onto his lap and our lips meet. Fuck, he groans softly as I move my hips against his. Jesus, forgive me, I love you. I reach down to touch him. He inhales deeply as I look slightly up at him. He licks his lips, his eyes hooded and filled with lustful, almost hornish desire as they meet mine. I grab hold of his belt and pull it off. He removes his pants, revealing those large, toned thighs. Stripper, the perfect stripper. I'm a little nervous, I whisper to him, and he responds with a harsh kiss. He gently tucks my hair behind my ear before leaning down to kiss me softly. He takes his time, making me feel incredibly good. I look up at him, a bit anxious. You're hesitant, he states confidently, just as he says you're hungry. I know it's going to hurt. After all, I took health in middle school and high school. But how much? I have no clue. He leans down and kisses me again. I shiver as his chain brushes against my neck. Why is that chain always so cold? The thought makes me gasp. We're about to have sex, I exclaim. He shakes his head against my shoulder and I smile. He sits up, holding a small square package in his large hands. Where on earth did you get that? It's obvious we'd do this eventually, Lila, he says, rolling his eyes. He carefully unwraps the package and slides his black briefs off. Lowering himself onto me, he bites the corner of his bottom lip. I exhale softly, bracing myself. He gently lifts my chin until our eyes meet. I love you, he murmurs, giving my lips a soft peck. I love you, I reply. Are you sure you want me to continue? He asks. I nod. This needs to happen. I need this. I want all of him, Peter included. Oh yeah. He cautiously moves his hips forward, and I'm hit with a mother-freaking chainsaw sensation in my lady region for a few seconds. I gasp deeply, slamming my head back onto the bed. Clenching his shoulder tightly, I tell myself not to cry. Crying would kill the mood. I'm definitely not a cute crier. I'm sorry, he mutters strained. Fuck, I'm sorry. We stay still while I adjust to him, tiny tears threatening to spill at the corners of my eyes. He places soft kisses on the side of my neck and my cheek, my face cheek. The pain dulls into an ache and I open my eyes again, looking up at him. He hovers above me, jaw tense and eyes half closed, looking like he's enjoying himself. I don't really feel good. You look like you feel good, I whisper painfully. His eyes open fully and he lowers his head to mine. You feel so fucking good, he says, burying his face in my neck, a soft moan escaping his lips. A moan, good lord. We should do this more often just so I can hear that again. You can move a little, I tell him, sucking in a deep breath as he does. He raises up slightly and grabs the sides of my legs. Lifting them around his waist, he slowly drives his hips forward. The ache intensifies before slowly easing. He drops his head down, kissing me and whispering sweet nothings in my ear. Our fingers intertwine on one hand, while he guides my arm around his shoulders with the other. At one point, a wave of pleasure hits me, causing a gasp to escape my lips. He pulls back, looking at me and seeing the pleasure on my face. The ache might still be there, but it's accompanied now by a pleasure slowly spreading through me. Fuck, you're so beautiful, he murmurs as he leans back down, capturing my lips with his. All mine. I cling to him tightly when a familiar sensation ignites in my intimate area. He's brought me to this place many times before, but this one feels somehow stronger, and I can't stop my toes from curling. Almost immediately after the wave fades, Gray tightens his grip on me and clenches his jaw with twice the intensity. Fuck Azalea, he groans moments before pulling me closer and releasing me. I love you. I love you, I reply, kissing him in return. After a brief pause, I whisper, we did the dirty. I grab the Sour Patch Kids nearby, open the pack, and pop a few into my mouth. He props himself further up on his elbows above me, eyeing me with confusion. Where did those come from? He asks. I pause to think, but I'm not entirely sure, though I believe I picked them up just before we came in here. I grabbed them. You said I should eat them later, I drawl. I pop a red one in my mouth and hold out a blue one to him. He looks at me for a moment, then leans down and I place it in his mouth. I hum the tune to Cherry Pie while he chuckles softly into my neck. It more than makes up for the Ariana Grande I listened to earlier. Diamond, 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 suit AHHHIDK. I hope you enjoyed. Lord have mercy, God forgive me, not edited. Ashlyn M. Azalea, I awake to find myself alone. I jab the spot where Gray usually lies, imagining it's his arm or something similar. Reaching for my phone on the table beside the bed, I turn it on and see a message from him. I had to start work early this morning. I'll be at the restaurant by the time you get up, so come the fuck see me, it reads, and I resist a smile. Slowly sitting up, I adjust the oversized t-shirt that conceals the rest of my bare skin. I stroke Bear, who is curled up at the end of the bed, then decide it's time to get moving. When I stand, my intimate area aches sharply. I sigh and lie back down, then try again a few minutes later. I make my way somewhat slowly to the bathroom and complete my routine. Shower, singing like the world's best in the shower, brushing my teeth, doing my hair, and taking a quick tinkle. I throw on leggings and a light pullover over my pale blue shirt. For a few minutes, I curl up with Bear while watching a short documentary about what prison life will be like. Then I rise, kiss Bear on the head, lock the door behind me, and head for my car. Getting inside, I have to be careful as the discomfort in my most sensitive area is really slowing me down today. I imagine driving 80 in a 25 zone and 100 in a 50 zone on the way to the restaurant. Could I actually do that? No way, my legs wouldn't let me. As arriving at Town Square, I drop by my favorite coffee shop and buy the same drink for Gray and me, iced caramel coffee. I know it's his favorite. Every time I grab it, he ends up taking mine. I slap his butt, he slaps mine. It's a repetitive cycle, but this time he's getting his own because I'm drained and need a full one for myself. Is it because of the sexy time we had last night? No. Prison documentaries make me nervous. Though the sexy time contributed a lot, I push open the restaurant door and am met by Jai. Y'all closed today? I ask as I glance around and see it's empty. Yeah, we had a busy morning and haven't reopened yet, he nods. Gray's somewhere in the back. Thanks, Jai, I smile. I would have grabbed you something from the coffee place, but I don't know your favorite. It's okay, he returns the smile, his blue eyes brightening. Such a darling, I hurry to the back and spot Jonah's. That for me? I nod toward the coffee and he glares. You wish, buddy, I scrunch my nose at him. He leaps threateningly at me and I lightly kick his shins. Expect the police knocking on your door soon, charging you with assault and battery on me, he warns as he forcefully pushes through the door. Too bad I'm a skilled escape artist. I take a long sip of the drink in my hand. Maxon emerges from the bathroom. Hey, big booty Judy, I greet him, and he sticks out his booty slightly, winking at me. I open Gray's office door, he's not inside. Aren't you not allowed back here? I pass Jacqueline, she and I have literally seen each other back here quite a few times. No need to be rude just because I get to slap Gray's butt and she doesn't. I pay her no mind and head to the door at the far end of the hallway. It's the meeting room or whatever it is, I don't even know for sure. I force that door open and step inside. You shot a tree, I hear Gray's gruff voice before I spot him, Theo and Link seated together at a table. Yeah, okay, well it wasn't intentional, Theo mutters quietly. That's exactly the problem. How do you miss your target and end up hitting a tree? We weren't anywhere near a tree. Gray folds his arms while I bite back a laugh. He's completely serious right now. Such a cutie. I sneak up behind him and the two sitting in front of him notice me. Theo smiles and Lincoln shoots me a look that clearly says scare him. They don't get how many times I've already tried to scare that guy. Several times, right after he gets out of the shower, I try to startle him as he emerges from the bathroom. He doesn't even flinch. Instead, he picks me up and tosses me onto the bed like, awa, cute. Nice try. He's impossible to scare. He's practically superhuman. His hearing must be superhuman too. I'm pretty sure he already knows I'm here anyway. You know what? I think Lincoln nudged me right as I aimed. He raises his hand to demonstrate how his shot went way off. I was standing next to Gray. Nice try. Lincoln shoots a pointed look at him. I quietly stroll right up behind Gray, and he leans back in his chair, clearly aware of my presence. I bend down and press my lips to his cheek, face, not booty. He turns and kisses me on the lips. Kiss me, Lincoln. Theo leans toward him. Piss off. I hand Gray his coffee, and when he raises his hand and places it on my gluteus maximus, I open my mouth. Oh, baby, I hear Oakley's voice as he enters the room. Can someone come and hold onto my ass? What ass? Lincoln questions. Wow, okay, Oakley scoffs in reply. I grip Gray's hand and move it up to my back. We need to have a chat about the poor tree. We already did, Theo groans. Well, it's fucking funny, so we're about to do it again, Lincoln smirks. Aw, look, you've got a caramel frap, Grayson, Oakley says, placing his hand on Gray's shoulder, giving a little squeeze before letting go. I smile at how Oakley completely ignores how much Gray hates being touched, and I'm sure he absolutely hates being called Grayson. Touch me again, Gray stands, gripping my hand. Touch me again and call me Grayson. Oakley backs off a bit, but I can tell he's itching to touch him again just because he's teasing that if he does, he'll get kicked in the head. All I see is cuteness, the slightest narrowing of his eyes, the faint scrunch of his nose. I love this guy. Pick up your caramel frappuccino cappuccino latte and follow your woman out of here. Oakley delivers possibly the most confusing sentence I've ever heard. Yeah, I fucking will, Gray scoffs, grabbing his drink. Jealous motherfucker. He grabs my hand with his empty one and turns around just as we're about to leave. At least I'm not chasing Lincoln's mom. Gray slams the door behind us, and suddenly there's shouting from the other side. Is he actually? I gasp. No, but I know Lincoln'll knock him out. He pulls me into his office and closes the door. I take a seat in his comfy spinny chair while he leans casually against the desk facing me. I have quite a few items on the agenda that need to be discussed, I say, folding my hands together. Oh, really? He replies quietly. First, what on earth did you do to me? I place my hand on my lower abdomen and watch as his lips curl into a smile. You know exactly what I did to you, he says, dragging his tongue along the corner of his mouth. I'm sore. I'm sorry. He leans down and presses a gentle kiss on my temple. You should be sore too, I respond. I'm not sure what you want me to do. Let me punch you, I stand up, and he slightly narrows his eyes. Punch me where? He questions. I'm not going to punch you in your goodies. Who do you think I am? Extend your arm and let me have at it, I say, gripping his arm and stretching it out. I punch him. He chuckles and pulls me close. Are you kidding me? He could have at least pretended it hurt or something, good lord. Now for the bad news. I know I should tell him this, but I'm unsure how he'll react. Aaron tried to kiss me. Was it just because he was drunk? I don't know, but I feel like he should probably be told. Also, I want to understand what Aaron meant when he said he and Gray had talked. Let's sit down. I motion toward his chair and he complies. I take a seat on his desk to discourage him from flipping it if he gets mad. First, I saw someone using hard drugs and it shook me up a bit, I begin. What is it that you really want to tell me? He tilts his head. I can tell that's not the whole story. You're right, there's an elephant in the room. Besides me, so that means there are two elephants. Shut up. You know what? I can't tell you unless you smile. Really, I can't, I say, smiling at his expressionless face. I wait for him to smile. I wait a little longer. Then I climb off his desk and onto his lap. He wraps his arms around me and I look him straight in the eyes. Smile, Gray, smile. You better smile. You're a crackhead. Smile before I make you. And I love you, so that means you smile. I grip his jaw and plant kisses all over his face, his cheeks, chin, temple, forehead, jaw, cheekbones, nose, and lips. until he's smiling and holding me tighter than before. So, okay, here's the deal. At the party last night, I saw Aaron and we talked for a moment, and then wait for it, he actually tried to kiss me, I say flatly, leaning back to gauge his reaction. His face goes blank, devoid of any clear emotion, and he leans fully back in his chair. He runs a hand down his jaw. What are you thinking? I ask quietly. Where is he right now? He asks calmly. Does this mean he's not too angry? I'm not sure, I answer honestly, and he nods. Tell him to come here, he instructs. I raise my eyebrows. Why? I just want to talk to him, he shrugs, and I nod slowly, pulling out my phone to send Aaron a text. He calls me instead of replying. Azzy, he starts the call desperately. Oh dear Jesus, I mutter. I'm so sorry, beautiful, he apologizes, and I glance at Gray. I don't think it's wise to call me that anymore. I'll be there in 5 minutes, I'm sorry, he says before hanging up, and I feel my heart pounding wildly in my chest from nervousness. I feel like I'm about to have a heart attack, I say, clutching my chest as Gray frowns deeply. He's not a good guy, Azalea, Gray tells me seriously, and my palms begin to sweat. I think I'm starting to see that. Some time ago, he came here just to tell me that I'm no good for you and that he was better, Gray continues, and I close my eyes. Better for me than you? What does he want me the way you have me? I ask, my eyes widening slightly. Gray nods. And I actually believed him, which I shouldn't have, he admits. That was the day you two broke up, wasn't it? I whisper, and he nods in confirmation. Leaning forward, I gently press my lips to his. Wrapping my arms around him, he rests his head on my neck. Love you, I smile, planting a sweet little kiss on his cheek. Who loves me? He asks, tilting his head. I love you. We sit in silence for a moment before I break it. Your initials spell GAC, I giggle. It's amusing because GAC is the name of that Nickelodeon slime they sell. I think I bought some once. Why did I used to be so obsessed with slime? And it wasn't even that long ago. Thanks for telling me, he says, taking my hand and raising it to his lips. I notice his new computer sitting on his desk. After Aaron leaves, I'm planning to ruin it too with my illegal movie sites. Some guy's out front asking for Azalea. Jai's head pops in, and my heart sinks to my stomach. Gray just wants to talk. Everything should be fine. Jai, Oakley, and Lincoln trail behind us. Nosy ones. As we walk to the main area of the restaurant, I spot Aaron looking nervous. Gray releases my hand but stays composed and calm. What's going on? Oakley asks as I halt while Gray keeps approaching Aaron. Honestly, I don't want to be involved. Aaron tried to kiss these amazing lips, I say, and his eyes widen. Damn, Lincoln remarks behind me, spinning a strand of my hair. I think he really likes it. I watch as Gray closes the distance to Aaron, whose anxiety grows. The moment Gray reaches him, he punches Aaron in the face. I gasp, shocked. He said he just wanted to talk. Oh shit, Oakley exclaims. He rocked his ass. The back door bursts open and more guys flood in. None try to separate Gray from the smaller, shorter, skinnier Aaron. Shoot, I'm staying far away too. After 2 punches, Gray sits at a random table waiting for Aaron to get up. He remains calm. You just can't wrap your screwed up head around the fact she's with me and doesn't want you. Gray's jaw clenches as he looks down at the struggling Aaron. It's one thing to talk shit, Gray says, standing and bending down to Aaron. He grabs Aaron by the hair, lifting his head so they meet eye to eye. It's another when you try to mess with my girl. He lets go and Aaron's head hits the ground hard. You don't know shit about her, Aaron sneers. Gray scoffs. Oakley rolls her eyes beside me. That man knows everything about you, Azalea. Trust me, I know. You're all he ever talks about, Oakley says, narrowing his eyes at Aaron. I know more about you than whoever that guy passed out on the floor is. Aaron shrugs and counters, you must have done something last night to piss her off because she was all over me at the party. My brow furrows at that. To quote the man known by the initials GAC, freaking excuse me. Nice try, kid, Gray says as he grabs Aaron by the shirt and hauls him up. Blood from his nose and mouth smears the light blue polo Gray's wearing, and the smirk on Gray's face is unmistakable. He tosses Aaron out the door, locks it behind him, clearly hating those polos. Look at you, Gray, Oakley whistles. Mama Bear, why are you touching her? Gray asks Lincoln, and Link slowly removes his hands from my hair. Her hair feels like the softest clouds. It's hard not to want to touch it, he replies. Gray reaches for my hand, pulling me close against his chest. Oakley beams at us and winks. My mom would never cheat on my dad, he says. Suddenly Theo appears, bowing slightly as he hands Gray his coffee. I brought your coffee, your majesty, knight in shining armor. Gray grumbles, I hate every single one of you, pulling me even closer. He just got. I grin up at Gray, who presses a gentle kiss to my forehead. He got for trying to kiss those amazing lips, he chuckles. Dad laughed. Get electrocuted, you fuck, Gray mutters toward Oakley. I trail behind Gray into his office as the others watch from the hallway. I close the door softly behind me. Gray stands facing away, somewhere in the middle of the room, and my heart tightens. I have no idea what he thinks about all this. Even worse, someone I trusted and still cared about lied, and I don't know why. Gray, I swear I never touched his dusty lips or was all over him, I say, taking a deep breath to keep myself calm. He was drunk at the party. I did see him there. He tried to talk to me about you, then tried to kiss me, so I threw a drink in his face. I'd never do anything like that to Yo. He turns around, cutting me off. Gripping my arm, he pulls me into his chest. I know you didn't do anything, idiot, he murmurs, kissing the side of my head. I exhale in relief and lean into him. I was sitting over there, he adds, barbecue sauce on my titties, having a heart attack when he said I was cheating on you. You wouldn't cheat on me, Gray says, shaking his head. Duh. Because you love the fuck out of me, he states with conviction. I do love the freak out of you. Do you love the freak out of me? I bump my chest lightly against his, but it only knocks me backward, not him. Fuck yeah, I love the fuck out of you, he replies, slapping my butt but not too hard, showed you that last night. My eyebrows shoot up as my phone rings. Didn't know I was famous, I laugh at myself and answer. Guess motherfreaking what? Abby's excited voice buzzes through the line, her enthusiasm lifts my mood. What? I shimmy happily, Gray chuckles, gripping my hips. Roman asked me out on a date. She squeals and I gasp in excitement. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy for you. My smile stretches so wide my cheeks ache. It's tomorrow and he hasn't told me where we're going. I'm nervous. Can I come over to your place tomorrow? You can help me get ready, she says, and I feel myself lifting off the ground, floating in the air. This is exactly what I've been waiting for, the true girlfriend moments. Of course. Okay, perfect. I'll be there around 4. I have to go now, but I'll see you tomorrow, Azalea. She says goodbye and we hang up. I let out a squeal and throw myself at Gray. He catches me midair and I squeeze him tightly. I think the caffeine I had is making me a bit wild, or maybe I'm just like this all the time. Roman asked Abby out on a date and I can't contain myself, I say, kissing his cheek, face, not booty, repeatedly. Aw, you're adorable, I tell him, and he pulls away. Stop it, let me love you, I say, hugging him even tighter. Cute my ass. Yes, your booty is cute, I laugh, and he pinches my gluteus maximus. Gray, as usual, looks unimpressed. Turn that little frown upside down, sugar, I smile at him. I kind of forgot Abby was coming today and I had told Gray we'd have the whole day to ourselves. Now he's sulking, frowning, sitting on our bed in just his boxers in protest. Abby will arrive any moment. Unless you want Abby to see your goodies, I'd put some clothes on, I warn him. He just raises an eyebrow as if saying, see if I care. Abby is great and I trust her, but she's definitely not going to see all his goodies. I stroll over to the closet and grab him a pair of gray joggers and a shirt. I toss them at his head, but he still doesn't move. Gray, I'm going to throw you off a balcony. I give his thick thigh a slap just because it looked especially juicy. He grabs my hand and pulls me onto his lap. That slap backfired. He starts kissing my neck. Put clothes on, I mumble. He bites my neck gently, but with enough force to make me gasp. Reaching behind him, I grab the shirt I tossed him earlier. Suddenly, I lean back and yank it over his head. Bam, sucker, you can't beat me at this game. He doesn't remove the shirt, but he does yank mine off. Excuse me, sir, I sigh. I snatch my shirt from his hand and put it back on, but he clutches the buttons of my pants. Gray Alexander, I swear, I warn just as someone knocks on the front door. I roll off him and button my pants back up. Put your clothes on. I stomp my foot, he smirks. I'm going to open the door. Next time I see you, you better have something else on. I point at him and head to the door. Once I open it, Abby and I excitedly hug. I invite her inside. She's carrying 3 bags of makeup and possibly some clothes she plans to wear tonight. Is Gray working today? She asks, noticing his absence nearby as usual. No, he's here, but currently acting like a donkey. I roll my eyes, though a smile threatens to break through. From the corner of my eye, I spot him sulking down the hall. Well, hello, darling. I'm glad you've decided to cover yourself up. I tell him with a smile, and Abby giggles. He looks at me, slightly scrunching his nose and repeating my words silently to himself. Abby and I head to the room that belongs to Gray and me, where we settle in for about an hour, strategizing what she should wear and how to style her hair and makeup. Gray called me twice, pestering when I'd finished chatting about nonsense and come out to the living room to, in his words, effing love him. Once Abby dons her carefully chosen outfit, I curl her hair while she takes care of her own makeup. I'm not exactly an expert on makeup, especially since I rarely use it myself. My younger self once gave makeup a try, but even the YouTubers couldn't help me, so I gave up, especially after one mishap where I accidentally looked like a clown and ended up scaring Jake. I miss him. When Abby finishes, we both gaze at her reflection. I think you look marvelous, I say with a smile. And you think it's appropriate for the occasion, even though you don't know what it is? She asks nervously. I notice her black off-the-shoulder top paired with light jeans. And it might seem simple, but with the way the shirt is tucked and its flattering fit, she looks classy and suitable for any setting. Heck, maybe even a strip club. I think it's perfect. So I've got an idea, I call out to Gray, but there's no reply. I'm about to kick him in the throat if he doesn't answer. I call him on my phone and he picks up. Get your booty cheeks in here, I say before hanging up. Soon I hear him ambling down the hallway. What? He grumbles as he arrives. Look at this outfit. What do you think of it from a guy's perspective for a date? I paint the picture and he looks at me like I just asked him to kiss a cactus. Don't be weird, it's a question, Abby chimes in. Exactly, don't be weird, it's just a question, I insist. He glances at Abby's outfit, then back at me. Sure, Abby isn't me, but it's just clothing. I don't know how you want me to answer the questio. I don't want a particular answer, be honest, I say, placing a comforting hand on his back. You're asking too much of me. A crease forms on his forehead, and I silently admire him. He's just so adorable. Okay, calm down, look at me, I say, and he lowers his gaze. You're single, he cuts me off. No, I'm not. Sugar, this is hypothetical. It's okay. You're not really single. I pat his booty. You're single and spot a girl. You're all like, holy guacamole, she looks like my next lady friend. Let me ask her out. I imitate a deep male voice. I don't think I'd be like that at all, he replies, dismissing the idea, and I hush him. She accepts your invitation and you agree on a time, but you don't tell her the destination. I explain, noticing a question forming in his expression. Why wouldn't I tell her where we're going? You do know, but you didn't tell her, I answer. Where am I taking her? He asks, and I pinch the bridge of my nose. A flippin' meth lab gray, I don't know. I'm confused. A small smile tugs at his lips. You know what? Does this outfit look good or not? I point at Abby and he looks it over. He hesitates. Okay, that's enough. Good job. Thanks for your help. You did amazing, I say, grabbing his hand and pulling him out of the bathroom. I think I lost some brain cells from that, he mutters. That's exactly what crack does to you, okay? Head back to the living room. I'll join you there in a few minutes. He bends down and I plant a gentle kiss on him. Try to give your brain a break for the rest of the night. I think it's been overworked, I tease. Shut up. Diamond, 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 diamond. Suit, this update schedule is completely scrambled, so I honestly can't say when the next update will come. But anyway, I hope you liked this one. I have a math test tomorrow that I'm almost certainly going to fail, so wish me luck, I guess. P.